Welcome to Illegal Dogfights, where our reigning champion has an injury. It's brutal. I had to take care of him. Anyway, hey, Illegal Dogfights fans, we're going to talk about first aid for your dog here. Now, Jack has his pad, this part of his paw has a flap on it. Well, actually, it would be more like the pad that's up by his my wrist. Oh, hold on. Oh, you want to come back in? So, this is what I have wrapped up. Juliet, why you gotta jam your face in here? So, Jack, I'm trying to hold still. So it's this pad that he has an injury on, and that's right at his joint here. And I have one of those ace bandages that are self-adhering. They stick to themselves. And yeah, I of course put a gauze pad on that. But when you're doing this kind of thing, just know that you want to check your dog's pulse. It's also a little bit after midnight here, so a little bit before midnight, excuse me. Check your dog's pulse, just like you would for a person, and then check their pulse in their paw here. Ugh. So it's kind of, sorry, the bandage is over it. Yeah, so I can feel it. It's kind of higher up. Juliet wants to play. So, using my tattoo here. I only have one hand. If you can see it, the pulse is like right here. Using my tattoo paw print. So, if you think of a paw, it'd be like this spot is kind of where the pulse is. And I'm just checking that with my one finger. As long as you can, like with a person, you want to make sure that you can at least fit a finger in there all the way down so you're not cutting off blood circulation. This is just rubbery and sticky, so it's not really like stuck in there. So you don't want to cut off blood circulation here. And of course, he's tolerating it. It's not bothering him. Another thing you can do, especially in a colder basement, is, feel his paw. Ooh. Juliet wants that ball. And compare the temperature. So if the tips of his fingers, the tips of his paw here are getting cold, then you know he's not getting circulation. I have a good pulse, so I'm not worried about that. On a larger dog with lots of hair, you might have a problem. Juliet does not care at all that he's injured. Anyway, so what he has is a flap. And if you think of what a flap is, well, it's exactly what it sounds. There's a piece of that pad is kind of like sliced open. And for the life of me, I don't know how he did it, because he gave no indication of injury. We just had, just noticed him licking his arm there, and I checked and saw, like, wow, that's a big piece of skin just hanging off that pad there. Yeah, so, make sure you clean the wound. Don't use Neosporin unless directed by your veterinarian. There's chemicals in there that aren't necessarily good for your dog. The same way they are for humans. And of course, like being on someplace he can lick, that could make him sick. And I have no doubt, I think I actually used Neosporin on his ears when we had him cropped, but he can't lick his ears. He can't lick that paw. And the concern is that, this is external use only. So when you put Neosporin on something he can lick, it becomes internal use, and then it's just no good, and he's just sick. So that's Illegal Dogfights, taking care of one of our two reigning champions of the Illegal Dogfight. Oh, are you guys gonna do a viciousness attack? Get him. I would say he gets the toy because he's injured, but he always steals it from you anyway. Our skin condition's not getting any better. We just changed our meds. Ugh. Oh yeah, just knocked me out of the way. way. Get him. Ooh. Oh, it's after midnight. I gotta get to bed. Illegal dog fights.